KnifeDope. More dope. Come and get your fix. What's up, fuckers? Your boy's back with a fresh batch of dope. KnifeDope. That's right, people. The hits don't stop. Today I've got something special to share with y'all. And I've been sitting on this for about a week now. You see, Mr. Donnie B, who is the head designer, head honcho, head knife maker for Blessed Knives, is a friend at this point. We had him on an episode of the Thebladecartel. And even before that, I had been following him on IG. Here goes his information, so you can be sure to give him a follow. And, you know, I had asked him several months back about getting the opportunity to check out one of his knives. And, man, was it worth the fucking wait. This individual is something special, and I think his work needs to be showcased. So without further ado, let's get to the dope. Now, back to this one. Reason why I chose this knife is this is the polar opposite of what we're going to be taking a look at today. This is the Benchmade Narrows. This is a knife that is mass-produced, CNC manufactured, and although I love it, many of y'all hate it, but that is just the reality of the knife. And what we're looking at today is 100% handmade, no mill, no CNC work. And when I tell you it's exquisite, that is an understatement. This is the Ripley. And at the current time of this video, this is the only knife model that Mr. Donnie is ready to bring to the masses. When I say that, I mean the general public. But I tell you what, he has dialed this into perfection. And even considering the fact that this is 100% handmade, it even makes it that much more impressive. Now, I ain't going to shit you. It is a full-size knife and then some. We do have multiple forms of deployment. He's got these titanium set of tits there, as well as his flipper tab with some nice mild jimping there. Snappy goddamn detent. She does fly out. No issues there. Now, look at that blade, people. That blade is gorgeous. We've got 9.5 inches overall length. We do have a generous finger choil, so you can't accommodate the full purchase, no refund. Now back to the blade. We've got 4.75 inches from the finger choil to the tip of the blade. It is in CPM Magna Cum Laude, otherwise known as Magna Cut. Your cutting edge is 4 inches. We've got an upswept Wharncliffe. Now look at this finish. It is a two-tone finish. We've got acid stonewash flats, and then a 320 grit belt satin on the bevel at an angular pass. Tell me that shit does not look fucking gorgeous. Convex edge, by the way. I mean, fucking unbelievable. 100% handmade. We've got polished pivot hole as well as detent track. Now, as far as the handles go, we've got a show side here that is black G10 with what he calls a safety stripe finish. And I will tell you, man, this is some of the highest quality G10 I think I've ever felt. No lie. Titanium lock side, as this is a frame lock. He does a nice aluminum oxide blasted finish with a stonewash. And then he goes ahead and he polishes the actual bearing interface. Now, this is riding on phosphorus bronze washers. Like I mentioned, your track in there has been polished as well. He's got a ceramic and flattened detent, as well as a hard break detent ramp. When I tell you that this shit feels like it's on bearings, I am not lying to you. And he can obviously make a detent, and it is very, very snappy. Now, this pocket clip is handcrafted titanium, hand sculpted, I should say. Also has that same aluminum oxide blasted finish with a stonewash. And then, he mentions that he does something which I had never heard of before. He does on the underside here, he actually polishes the underside of the pocket clip in an attempt to make for better smooth action when it slides in and out on the fabric. That's fucking crazy, man. Plenty of room for your disengagement, so definitely no issues there. A few shakes and she comes right back to the house. Now the backspacer. This is a floating backspacer that is made out of G10, black and orange G10. So, you know, when you think about it, all that geared pattern, as well as your jimping, all done by hand, man. Fucking, it just blows my mind. Now, this does not have a lock bar insert, but rest assured, he does carbonize the lock interface. We're sitting at about 20% on lockup. Absolute wonder here. Now, you know, there are a couple things I would have liked, perhaps, or a couple of things that I will point out. Mainly for me is going to be the size. Coming in at 9.5 inches, that's just not my sweet spot. But there are tons of people who do like a bigger knife. And I think the only negative, and trust me, I've had this for, like I said, for over about a week now. The only negative that I got for it is the this sharp corner here on the bottom of the knife. Kind of digs into my palm a little bit. But other than that, I'm left speechless by this, man. And I think he also mentioned he really has only been making knives, I think, like, you know, this model per se, since 2022. And this is a true testament for his love of the trade, because you can see with the attention to detail, he fucking loves this. He loves making knives, man, and it shows in his work. It really, really does. Let me go ahead and show you guys his COA. So there you have the Ripley, and then there's your Magna Cut HRC. More blessed knives, locally handmade with precision, coming out of Nebraska. So he's a Husker. Let's go ahead and put some knives up for some size comparison. Basically, a little bit of knife flexing. You know how the fuck we do. Gotta wipe this hoe down first. She's on the main stage right now. We're going to keep it all American, by the way. And unfortunately, I don't have any handcrafted knives or handmade knives in my collection. But nonetheless, we're going to start with this one. Favorite knife in the collection. We've got the McNeese Mac 2 3.5 rendition. How about a Hogue? We're going to go with the Maisto. Also a full-size knife and also quite a bit smaller than the Ripley. Let's do a couple more, shall we? It's going to be hard, people, to try to compete with the size of this. How about a Shaman? River's Edge Cutlery exclusive. So here you see the Ripley up against that. AD20's in the house. Big Mama. And she also is definitely no comparison for that Ripley. Let's do two more. God damn it, two more. How about this one? The ABW Model 2. Last but certainly not least, we're going to go with ProTech, and we've got the Mordax. So once again, the Ripley is king. You know, not only is Donnie a great human being from all I can gather. We've never met in person, but we've spoke quite a bit on IG and on the phone. And, you know, like I mentioned, we had him on the Thebladecartel. You can just tell a lot of times, you know, at least I can. I like to think I can, you know, you can just tell by dealing with a person, you know, that, you know, he just seems like a really good guy. Love to be able to support him. Love to be able to showcase his work here. I do ask that if you are, if this impresses you, give him a follow at the very least. Give him a follow on IG. And then, you know, if this knife speaks to you, reach out to him. I do believe his books are open. I don't want to speak for him, but yeah, people, this is something special. You know I never shit you. Well, there you have it. But more importantly, I want to know what you fuckers think. Tell me all about it. Love you, mean it. Until the next time. Cut something. Cut someone. Just don't cut yourself. Stay dangerous, fuckers.